Hello, buenos días. ¿Cómo están? All right. So, let me ground myself for this class. I'm going to give us just about a minute and a half in case anyone decides to join us live. And then I'm going to give a bit of an introduction to the course or into the class, and then we'll jump right in. This will be about a 25-minute meditation. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes setting the container. So it'll be about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll shoot for around 23. Since I find that a lot of us only have the capacity to sit around 20 minutes. And we don't want to create any unconscious resistance. So let's give everyone just a minute to join. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee and we'll get into it. I like to start class with my gong now that I'm home. This is a Tibetan song bowl. Different sounds will vibrate at different levels. So this is quite a high-pitched one. And so what I want you to do is, before we get into our meditation, I just want us to listen. I just want us to enjoy this sound and listen to it until the very, very end. So until you can no longer hear it. So this is just settling us. This is just coming into our senses, which is really rich. I love these sounds. So let's give it a try. Listening the whole time. We're going to do one more, just keeping your focus. I love the ceremonial calling of the sound bowls, the singing bowls, pardon me. All right, one more. Beautiful. All right, so a bit of introduction to class. So today's class is a guided body scan, and all the meditations that I do, if you've taken any of my classes, work with the body. And so for me and for my lineage of meditation, we dwell in the body. And so my experience has been that when I had done other forms of meditation, I really hit walls quickly. And so what we say is those types of meditations, or non-somatic meditations, do this sort of tops-down approach. So they try to enter the body through the mind. So we try to get at relaxation, we try to get at presence, but we enter it through working with thoughts, working a little bit with breath, but usually it's sort of a cerebral activity. And while this can result some nice benefits, right? We can tend to assess and become more aware of our patterns of thought. We usually get to sort of the rich promise of meditation and ultimately of enlightenment. And so in the Vajrayana, what my teacher's teacher told him was, all I can teach you is how to meditate. I don't start with philosophy, I don't start with dogma, I start with meditation. And so with our meditation, we're actually quite technical, but we work with the body, and the reason that we work with the body is that the body is naturally open, the body is naturally present, it's naturally spacious, it's naturally present. And so when we use techniques that really bring us directly in contact with our body, because we're always living in our minds, we're living through our screens, we're living intellectually, we frankly lose our ability to allow the body to communicate, to allow the body to lead. And so the meditation that I teach is really about changing the leader, living from our body, living somatically. And I think you'll find that this is where intuition comes from. This is where deep, authentic knowing and wisdoms comes from. It doesn't come from our thinking mind that's always judging, perceiving, has all the limitations of the ego. And so you'll find that these meditations are quite focused. They're quite a large effort, but if you stick with them very quickly, you'll start to have some pretty magical results and experiences. And so I recommend that you complete this meditation in the lying down posture. So lying down with your back on a firm but soft surface, a yoga mat, a blanket, carpet if it's not too hard. But we really want to get used to feeling the contact of the earth. So a mattress tends to be a bit too soft, though you can use it if you are doing this meditation at night, for example. Excuse me. And so lying on your back, you can have your neck slightly raised if that's more comfortable with a folded up towel. Not a pillow that's too thick, we just want to naturally support the cervical spine. And then feet are going to be planted in the ground so that our knees are in the air. And what I want you to do is work with the distance of your feet so that when your knees knock together, you're really comfortable, you're really sturdy, and you don't feel like your legs are going to wobble around. If you find that in future sessions you're having a hard time with that, grabbing a yoga strap or a belt to tie around your legs just below the knee can be quite valuable, quite useful. And then hands can be crossed over the low belly or resting side by side. So what I want you to do for the next minute is to get very comfortable into this posture. So I want you to just, if you feel imbalanced in your hips or on your back, just see if you can sort of move into it to where you feel that balance. And then I want you to come into stillness. So really, once you come into stillness, arrive in stillness, practice stillness, like Shavasana and yoga. Enjoy that moment of relaxation. But the goal is that we're very comfortable and very easy. And while you do that, I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. So once we are very comfortable, I want us to start with establishing safety. So we need to signal to the brain, to the ego, that it can relax, it can release, it can let the body lead, it can let the body have this moment. So the way that I feel most secure and stable is when I feel into the energy of the earth. So in this lying down position, so can you actually feel the hum and the aliveness of the earth below you? Can you feel it strong, supportive, enduring? open, accepting, can you actually just tap into that feeling? So laying on the ground, can you feel into the earth? Doing that for just a minute. And so what I actually like to do is I like to breathe into the earth. So I actually like to breathe with the earth. So I imagine that we're sort of dissolving the lines between our backside of our body and the earth, and we're just breathing together, exchanging energy. The earth is taking away that stale prana, that tired energy. Breathing with the earth, really cultivating that sense of safety. You might even tell your brain, I'm safe. The earth has got me. The sea, the mountains, the rivers, the plains, the desert has got me. Just feel that truth, feel that wisdom. So now, let's get into the meditation. So we're going to start with the feet. And what I want you to do is place all of your attention in the feet. And what we'll be doing as we move through the body is we'll be entering into the feet. And then we're going to just be roaming around in the feet. We're going to feel each toe. We're going to feel where the toes connect in. The arch, the ball of the foot, the heel, where the pinky toe runs all the way down the side of the foot, the top of the foot with all of the bones. So I want you just to, really, you're just kind of bouncing around, creating as clear of a visual picture as you can of the feet. And really feeling into it. It can be hard to access, but really seeing how clear of a picture you can get of the feet. I'll do it with you. And so once you feel like you've got a pretty clear image of the feet, can you actually start to feel into the tension of the feet? So if you really feel into the subtleties of the feet, you'll notice that we're actually doing a lot of unconscious holding in the feet. There's this tightness, this twisting sensation, and it's quite uncomfortable. Can we feel into that? Can we relax into that tension? So can we also can we, while getting closer to the tension, going into the tension, can we breathe through it and relax? So really allowing these edges to motivate us, not motivating us to hold tighter. And so what I want you to do is, using your breath on the inhale, heighten that sensation of the feet, of the discomfort. And on the exhale, I want you to completely relax. Relax, release. I find this to be quite an uncomfortable. The releasing is actually uncomfortable, and what you'll find is that you're actually releasing control. So this is what surrendering feels like. This is what opening the body feels like. And so it's hard, it's uncomfortable, but it's worth it. So hopefully throughout the body, you're able to surrender a little bit deeper, and it does get easier as you move up the body, as the whole body starts to relax. But working with that now in the feet. Now we're going to move up into the ankle bones, the calves, the knees, and the thighs. So taking your time, doing the same with the feet, a little bit less complicated structure. They'll pay attention to the knees, feeling the knee socket, the ligaments, the tissues, the bones, feeling that web of complexity, a lot of somatic memory, at least for me, in the knees. So taking your time with that same flow, creating that mental picture. We're roaming around in the body, we're checking in, we're creating that connection. Then we're tuning into the tension, we're tuning into that subtlety. We're allowing that to motivate us. And then we're working with the breath to feel it, to go into it. And on the exhale, we're releasing and relaxing it. So taking your time on that. Not rushing it. This is the meditation. The surrender is uncomfortable. So we don't want to rush through this part. And now spending a bit of time just relaxing and releasing any ongoing tension in the feet and the legs. So just a couple breaths to really fully relax these areas as much as we can today. Okay, now we're going to work with our pelvic girdle. Another, like the feet, there's a lot going on in this area and a lot of stress. So working with the glutes, so the glutes really connect with the earth, the side glutes, the hip joints, the psoas muscle around front, the pubic bone, your genitals, your anal region, just a lot of tightness, a lot of holding on here. So can you roam around? Can you feel into those areas that we ignore? Can you reconnect with the body? This is the first step in becoming more present. It's that we've got to come back into the body. We've got to create that channel. And again, working with the breath to go into the tension, and the exhale being our tool for relaxing, our tool for letting go. Up into the stomach region, so all of the organs in the stomach, the low back, the ribs. Can you feel the tension of the ribs, the chest bone, the shoulder blades? Really that full cavity from your neck to your hips. Can you feel into all of that? Can you feel your kidneys? Can you start to train yourself to live and feel in the body with that level of subtlety, with that level of connection? And working our way down the arms, so the shoulders, biceps, triceps, elbow, wrist, forearms, the palms of our hands, our thumbs, our pointer fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, and pinky fingers. Can you roam around in the arms? And you'll find that the hands and the wrists have a very specialized level of awareness. They are the sort of main facilitator of our lives in so many ways for so many of us, and yet we're rarely tuned into the subtlety of the hands and the body. finally coming up into the face, the cheekbones, the skull. Wow, can you feel the tension in the brain and in the scalp? It's crazy. The forehead, the eyebrows, their own unique quality of holding the temples. Our ears, wow. Our cheekbones, our nose, our lips, our teeth, our jaw, our chin, the muscles in our neck. Feeling them all, scanning around, and really working with the breath to release and relax them. And so once you're done with the face, go back to the body. Just spend 5 breaths really bouncing around. Is there anywhere else you want to release, you want to relax a bit more? So going around and doing that. So now what we're going to spend just a minute or two doing is I want you to actually breathe in through all of the pores of the body. So can you breathe in through the envelope of the skin? And on the exhale, relaxing and releasing throughout the body. Our final complete rounds of surrender. Not prioritizing one spot over the other, just taking in the full scope of the body, breathing in through the heels of the feet, through the crown of the head, through the fingers. Can you feel in that oxygenation? So trying that for a little while. Coming into the body for the final bit of rest. Savasana, just letting it go, letting the effort go, taking note how it feels to be in the body in this way. Seeing if this definition of presence resonates a bit more than perhaps other types of meditation that you've done. I'm going to hit the gong to seal class, but feel free to stay where you are. No need to rush. I always encourage people to take 2, 3, 5 minutes before you pick up your phone, before you rush back out to your family. Just allow yourself to integrate. Don't jump into your day. But this concludes the guided part of class. I put my hands over my heart like we do in our lineage, and I bow to you. Thank you for coming to class.